Hang on. Forgot the sound. Hi. I'm back. I'm going to attempt this one more time. Um, it's really their internet is not as strong as mine, I guess, but we're going to go for this one more time. It is now almost 10:30 a.m. Central Time on Friday, August 9th. I went back and had to wait for some things to process on my first video. So we're calling this part 2. I'm hoping that we stay connected the whole time. I'm just going to attempt to do this, okay? We have no moderators, so if you have questions, just keep asking them, and eventually I might see your question come up so that I can answer while we're live. We had left off on this card, and I will link the 2 videos afterwards, but we had left off on this card. This is the card that I'm calling the pop-out frame holder card. And so the last part of the video was basically me attempting to try to get this to stick. And during that time, I was able to grab a little tiny pin and get our glue to work again. Just had some issues with my glue. I'm gonna glue down this 1/8 inch wide strip on the edge of the frame to this side here. And then I'm going to flip it, and we're going to glue down this side here. And I'm just putting a thin line. Thank goodness for the precision tip bottle. Gotta love it. I better put that in my holder upside down. Now for this one, we have to flatten down from this fold. So take 2. That's right. Thank you, Mary. Hey, you guys, I'm so glad we have some people following and catching into the video again. Thank you. Okay, so now I've flattened this one down all the way, and this one I'm folding right here, okay? So that because you can fold this card back and forth, right? So we want to have it folded like so, and then we're going to connect this edge to that portion of the green. And we're just going to hold that still for a while to let it sit. I'm so glad you guys came back. We have a few more people. Oh, you guys, I love you so much. I'm seeing the comments roll in. This is so nice. And I'm so sorry for the long delay. I had written in the live comments right as I got off that I would attempt to come back, and it should take only 10 minutes. But it didn't take 10 minutes. The video was processing and processing and processing, and it took forever for it to process. I'm so sorry. So now that that is bonded, we're just gonna be careful because it's not completely dry yet, but we're just gonna pop it back up into place. This would get adhered here. I think it would look best on this side because the flowers are left oriented. So I'm gonna stick this piece here. I'm gonna have another little sentiment that I've stamped and stuck on here. So that's how that would go. And then you would end up with your pop-out frame holder type card. Now, to make a card like this, you would need some piece that is framed, right? And then you just have to work out your measurements depending. Now, I have a third version that I don't think I showed you in the first video, but this is the third version here. And this one has a slightly narrower frame to it. So remember at the beginning, I was telling you, you'll want to cut your piece, your base piece, to either 6 1/4 inches wide, and then score in 1 1/4 inches on both sides to get this base here, right? These are 1 1/4 altogether, 1 1/4. But this is actually 3/4 plus a 1/2 inch. Anyways, the math works out. And then on this one, you want to score in 1 1/2 inches on each side. So you're going to cut to 6 3/4, cut, and then score in 1 1/2 inches. And then here you have your 1/2 inch plus your 1, and that will hold the smaller frame, which it looks like I have to glue again right in that spot. But those are the 3 different cards. Really fun, right? These are and this one's not photographed, and in the blog post, you'll only see it in the 2 videos. Okay, I'm gonna move these projects off to the side, and we are gonna grab the third project that I actually thought I was recording, but I wasn't. It's frozen again. Oh, you guys, I'm going to keep going just in case, okay? Because on my end, it's showing. Oh, I'm so sad. Hopefully it'll pop back up and keep going, because right now it's not telling me that it has left us. Oh, it does say no data. But it says live still. I'm going to keep going. Okay, the next card, and I'll talk fast. The next card was inspired by a card that I received from Rose Carey. This is her belly band that she made with the Round We Go medallion dies. She's got some pretty zinnia paper that's decorating the front here. This is our Full of Life paper, and look how this opens. So you open it up like this, and then watch. The center pops out like that. Now her measurements on this inside piece, I believe, are slightly different than mine, but I wanted to use the parts of the kit, and I adapted everything. So I'm going to show you. This is my finished card. It's still saying it's live 6 minutes in. I'm going to keep going, you guys. So this is my version of the card. Here's the belly band that goes around it. Oops, that's not the one. The belly band. I'm missing my belly band. It is somewhere, but not here. That's what happens. That's what happens. I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. So it's gone. Oh, I found it. It's in the box. It's in the box. Okay. So this is a belly band I made for it. So then, while I thought I was broadcasting live before, I made a second version. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to take your card base and you'll want to score it down the middle here, and you'll want to score it down the middle here on both the front and the back side. I scored in 2 1/8 inch on each side. Okay. So now, and it looks like we have some comments still rolling in, so I'm going to keep going here. Then when you open it up, you have this little look here, right? I used some pieces, some 2-inch wide strips from the envelope that coordinates with this piece. I used 2-inch wide strips and stuck them down on these two parts. This strip going across here is 7 1/4 inches, scored in the middle at 3 5/8 inches, okay? This piece here is 3 3/8 inches in this direction, and then in this direction, it's 2 inches. Sorry, did I tell you that this is 2 1/4 inches high, okay? 2 1/4 inches high by 7 1/4 inch. So that's the measurements for all those pieces. Then you stick this in here with your dimensionals. You can put some little sequins on the inside. You can stamp and then add it to the inside of the card. Don't stick this panel down to the inside of the card until you've added all of these little pieces and you've stamped it and fancied it up, okay? Thank you. And then on the outside, you'll want to make your belly band. So you're going to wrap your 11-inch by 1 1/4. Let me measure that. I think it is 1 1/4. Oh, 1 1/2, sorry. 1 1/2. So it's 11 inches by 1 1/2. You're going to wrap that around so that you have your belly band going around your card. Then you're going to take another piece that is 1 1/8. No, 1 sorry. Keep thinking it's 1 1/4. 1 3/8 inches tall by 4 1/8 inch tall. And that is going to cover the top here. You're going to stamp a sentiment piece, stick it on with dimensionals, and put some sequins on there, okay? Oh, it looks like it's just frozen and nothing's happening. But again, it's telling me I'm live in 9 minutes in, so I'm going to keep going in case this is recording. All right, sorry, you guys. Okay, sorry to the live viewers. Maybe the after live viewers will be able to catch it. But that is how you make that kind of card. Okay, and then the last project that I wanted to explain to you all, and then I think I'm going to cut the video off, is the pages that I made. So I made some pages to go with that kit. And I'm going to zoom out a bit here so you can see better. These are the two 12 by 12 pages for photos. These photo mats are either square or rectangular, and all the square ones, 1, 2, 3, measure the same size. 4 by 4 for the crumb cake, 4 1/8 by 4 1/8 for the soft seafoam. Sorry, I was blanking on the color name. And then for the rectangular ones, 1, 2, 3, these are 4 inches by 5 1/4 for the crumb cake, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 for the soft seafoam underneath. These are popped up. See the center ones here? They're popped up with dimensionals. They're overlapping, but you can still tuck in your photos. So they're overlapping and they're popped up just a little bit higher because we've got some dimension here too. Now I'm going to zoom in for a minute because I want to share with you this centerpiece here. This centerpiece here is, or not center, it's more on the bottom center, but this is the focal point. This is where the sentiment strip lies. This is up on dimensionals too. This is the part of the kit that you add to the front of your card. This is actually the front of one of the cards. I trimmed it down, but you wouldn't have to, but it does measure 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then the black piece is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So there's a black layer underneath. The center is the only part popped up. This little framed piece here is popped up, and then this. Now, to get the strips, I used this specialty paper, and I believe it's called wood texture specialty paper, something like that. You'll find the information in the description of the video soon, and in the blog post that's connected to the description soon. But that is, and hopefully by the time you watch it, you'll see it. But this is a 1 inch by 12 inch strip on each page. Underneath here, I used a sponge dauber. I'll show you what that is. This is our ink. Sponge dauber, tapped it in, got some ink on it, and then before it was actually on, decorated, I took and I smeared that color softly onto the wood grain surface, and it made the wood grain pop a lot underneath there. But I also thought it'd be nice if we just had a hint of that color showing through underneath ribbon. So I eventually covered it up with the ribbon, stuck this iridescent striped trim ribbon on here. Then when I added those 2 strips to my page, I didn't adhere it all the way down. I just stuck down the portion that didn't have the ribbon on it, because I had to then take these little strips that I cut kittywampus. They're not exact measurements at all, but they're about 1/4 inch wide. I kind of angle cut a few of them. I cut some short, kept others 4 1/4 inches long. They are the pieces that came off the back side of the card. So here's the back, here's the front of the card. These are little strips that came off the back side of the card. This piece here also came off the back side of the card. This one measures 3/4 inch high, okay? So it's just a little strip that I cut from the back along with these little pieces. Then I took and I wove them. So I put one down, stuck another one underneath, put one down on top, another underneath, and I just kind of made them stagger so that they had this like a fence look to them. You could do this with any one of the cards in your kit. You could do this with any card really that has a decorative front and back to it that would work with this type of technique. And I used tuxedo black ink and then the basic black cardstock, sequins from the kit. I do have to back up just slightly because I forgot, just like I did when I first thought I was recording, but I did do some splatter of some black ink on the background too before I actually added anything to the pages. So that's how I got all of the projects done from the kit. Hopefully those little tips that I shared with you will help. I'm just going to stick these underneath so that that pops up a little bit and you can see it better in the video. Finished cards over here, finished box over here. It was fun. I hope that this recorded. I guess I'm not going to do a product share. We have new products, but the video is just not, the internet is just not working strongly up here in cabin land in northern Minnesota. So I'll know for next time not to go live with my equipment up here. Anyways, I hope that you all had a fun time seeing these projects. I'll connect in the description of the video the parts 1 and parts 2 so that you can see both of them together. And I really appreciate you coming and learning and seeing some fun ideas with the Painted Petals July 2024 Paper Pumpkin Kit. I'm excited because the next kit is going to ship out any day. So if you do not have a subscription that's active with Paper Pumpkin, then you will want to click below in the link when I add it to get signed up so that you can be a part of the fun. The kits come every month around mid-month. They ship out right after the 10th, so you'll want to have your subscription active by the 10th of the month, and then you will be able to be in on the fun and create with us. They're always surprises until you get them in your mail and you open them up. But with alternates, you can make any kit be the kit that you want it to be. I hope that you join me for some future lives. The next one that I'll do will be on Wednesday, and that would be August 14th. Gosh, we're already mid-August next week. Crazy. At 11 a.m. Central Time. I have some fun things to share with you then. Thank you all for coming on the live with me again, a second time, waiting and being so patient. This live, again, was at, I don't know, it was on August 9th around 10:30, and we only went about 15 minutes in, you guys. That's the quickest I've ever talked. Thank you so much for sharing the video. Thank you so much for coming back to watch the replay. And thank you if you're new to my channel. Hopefully the internet issues don't dissuade you from coming back again. Sorry that I can't share the new product from the upcoming mini catalog. There's just, I don't want to keep talking because my parents and my mom, or my mom, my dad, and my sister are coming back for breakfast, from breakfast soon, and we want to be done. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you again so much, and now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.